23 years. 23 years. Many of us thought Harvey Weinstein was going to get away with this because men like him always get away with this. So to see this happen is definitely shocking. Harvey probably won't make it out of jail alive. And remember, he's got a whole floor to himself at Rikers Island. I don't know how long that's going to last. I just don't see how he can maintain that for 23 years and not be put out in Gym Pop. He's going in Gym Pop, whether he likes it or not. But his accusers left the courtroom cheering. I'm going to play the audio to that so you can hear it.
How do you feel about the sentence? How do you feel?
Okay, so Gloria Allred was all smiles. She was in the crowd too with all of the accusers. So, this is not ordinary in America. It really is not. All right, I got one more audio to play for you. Let's see if I can get this to, I think it's going to play an ad, so we'll skip over that. So, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, this is definitely not the norm to see something like this happen with Harvey Weinstein. So,
the jury had been deliberating for 5 days, was deadlocked on Friday. They have come to a decision. Count one, predatory sexual assault, not guilty. That was the charge that if he had been found guilty would likely have sent him to prison for life. He was found not guilty on that charge. Count two, criminal sexual act in the first degree, guilty. Count three, predatory sexual assault, not guilty. Count four, rape in the first degree, not guilty. And count five, rape in the third degree, guilty. So basically, he has been found guilty on 2 of the 5 charges. But importantly, the predatory sexual assault charges, both of those charges, he was found not guilty.
Now, that was when the trial was over, and he was finally convicted. So, ladies and gentlemen, Harvey Weinstein sentenced to 23 years in prison for rape and sexual assault in case that sparked Me Too movement. So this was 7 minutes ago. This just came out on CNBC. Film producer Harvey Weinstein was sentenced Wednesday to 23 years in prison for a rape and sexual assault case that ignited the Me Too movement in the United States. The sentence in Manhattan Supreme Court was less than the 29 years maximum requested by prosecutors, but could amount to an effective life sentence behind bars for the 67-year-old Weinstein, who had been in apparently frail health. Yeah, he was trying desperately to use his health as a means of getting out of prison, and you see that did not work. And the sentence also was far higher than the minimum of 5 years in prison, which his lawyers requested from Judge James Burke. Watching in the courtroom were all of the women who had testified at trial against once feared mogul, who was convicted February 24th of rape and committing a sexual act more than 2 years after explosive news articles about his alleged serial sexual abuse of women. He had been using and abusing people his whole life, said prosecutor. Yeah, he sure has. After Weinstein was rolled into the courtroom in a wheelchair for the hearing, the producer of films including Pulp Fiction, Shakespeare in Love, and Gangs of New York was found guilty of the most serious charges, 2 counts of predatory sexual assault, for which he could have been sentenced to life in prison. He also was acquitted for first-degree rape. I am totally confused, Weinstein told Burke before he was sentenced, according to Variety. I think men are confused about all of this. This feeling of thousands of men and women who are losing due process. I'm worried about this country. What do you mean losing due process? You did this to those women. But see, Harvey Weinstein led a very privileged life. He thought he was untouchable. There are many in this country that think just like him. Jurors found him guilty of committing a first-degree criminal sexual act by forcibly performing oral sex on production assistant Mimi Haley in 2006. He also been convicted of third-degree rape for attacking aspiring actress Jessica Mann in a Manhattan hotel in 2013. Weinstein was sentenced to 20 years for the attack on Haley and another 3 years in prison to be served consecutively for the rape of Mann. So really it was just over 2 women, but we know it was over 100 women that said that Harvey raped them. If he survives his prison sentence, he will have served 5 years of probation after his release. So he's 67 years old with a 23-year sentence. Defense lawyers plan to appeal Weinstein's conviction. Both Haley and Mann gave statements in court before Weinstein was sentenced. The Sopranos actress Annabella Sciorra, I guess, had testified at trial that she was raped by Weinstein in her apartment around 26 years ago. All right, so wow. Scores of other women have publicly accused Weinstein of sexually assaulting them and engaging in less severe forms of sexual misconduct. He has denied all such allegations. Weinstein still faces pending criminal charges in Los Angeles, where prosecutors in January accused him of raping one woman and sexually assaulting a second woman over a 2-day period in 2013. Weinstein has been in custody since his conviction. He originally was taken to a medical jail unit at Bellevue Hospital in Manhattan, but recently was shipped to the notorious Rikers Island jail complex in New York City. He will serve his sentence in the upstate New York prison. The Silence Breakers, a group of Weinstein's accusers, released a statement after the sentencing hearing. Weinstein's legacy will always be he's a convicted rapist. He is going to jail, but no amount of jail time will repair the lives he ruined, the careers he destroyed, or the damage he has caused, the group said. The Silence Breaker community was founded on solidarity, support, and compassion. The New York trial has ended, but the Silence Breakers will persist in our crusade for cultural change, justice, and to have our voices heard. Wow. So, y'all, I tell you what, if I didn't see it, I wouldn't believe it. Because, like I said, this don't happen to men like Harvey Weinstein in this country. So he had to really piss a lot of people off to get the sentence that he got. But y'all, please tell me what you think of this latest news on Harvey Weinstein. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. And there's no reason why he can't go in Gen Pop. You put Bill Cosby in Gen Pop, and Colby is dead, and you accused him of being a rapist, and he did not even get charged with a rape. And not to mention, the woman had multiple semen stains in her underwear. That is disgusting that she was walking around with underwear like that on. Sick. Peace, family.